22. Divine Sensuality. Message: Making Love Erotica. The Mermaid's Song. Yes, the mermaids are protectors and champions of sexuality and freedom, allure and power. To experience physical bliss is not a purely physical event. There is an innate connection that connects people who make love or kiss or even just shake hands, people who touch. And when we exchange this great intimacy with one another, there is established between us a strong energetic connection. So it is wise to consider who we make love with, and when, and where, and very much why. But there is also an undercurrent in our culture that still sees lovemaking, sensuality, and the love of the pleasure of the body, and the celebration and elevation of that pleasure as an art, as something that is laden and twisted with guilt. The tainted sexual beliefs of the medieval era, which led to hatred of the body, of sexuality, and a demonization of women, are still with us in some ways today. Even the sexualization of our bodies undermines our ability to make love, to pleasure ourselves, and to enjoy this great pleasure and joy that has been gifted to us. The mermaid has come to be a symbol of the temptress, the woman who wishes to draw men and lovers to her, and in many ways she is the symbol of danger, and so it is with our sensuality. If you have drawn this card, it is likely you are ready to explore and dive into your own physical expression of bliss. It may be through making love with a cared for other, achieving greater intimacy in your relationships, or even experiencing blissful sensual moments while receiving a massage or dancing. But this card encourages you to reconnect with the love of your natural physicality and to explore the pleasure your sensuality can bring to you, and to begin to understand and untangle any of the lingering culture or personal guilt you may have about this. There are many beliefs in our culture, many taboos too, that women who enjoy sexual feelings and evoke them in others are impure, courting danger, threatening to themselves and to other women, and dangerous to men. But the truth is, we all have a seductress within us, a mermaid-like being who dwells within our psyche and subconscious, who is able to show us how to pleasure ourselves and others, and how healing this sacred sensuality is and can be. Divination meaning. It is possible at this time that you are being judged by others for the sexual choices and mates you have chosen, or may be about to choose. Please know it is your birthright to choose freely who you give yourself to and why. The only question is whether this is a sacred and honorable exchange, whether this feels like it is a good choice for you personally. It is time to put aside societal and even cultural and traditional norms and judgments about who we choose and how we choose to enact sensuality. There is a boundary being broken through. As long as this is a free choice of your own and one that brings you wisdom, health, joy, and respect, it is not for others to make this choice. It is yours alone. Break through the fear. Reversed meaning. There may be mistrust and even some hatred of the body, the mistrust and hatred of women, the mistrust and hatred of men, the mistrust and hatred of the sensual world. This is often expressed by choosing to believe that sex and people who love sex and enjoy sex and keep it sacred are in some ways in spite and only desiring to tempt you, that they will not fulfill their promises. It may be some time since you experienced true physical intimacy with another or with yourself, and it is an area of your life which is calling to be awakened. Orgasm may be challenging to reach, and there can be sexual dysfunctions. Sex is not a sport or a competitive game with only one outcome. It is about expression and interweaving, and it is a journey into the soul of another via the body. If this can be understood, and if you are brave enough, this can be recreated within a relationship whose sexual spring has run dry, or a relationship can be created with another that is sensually and spiritually fulfilling. It is time to accept that there are so many ways to love. You may be judging another's sexual preferences and lifestyle, but you are beginning to discover that there are many ways in which love is expressed physically. Embrace the rainbow that is love manifested.